The way you start your day determines how you live your life. Success isn't an accident. It's not luck, and it's not something that just happens to a few special people. It's built one habit, one decision, one sacrifice at a time. And one of the most powerful habits of all, waking up early. Look around. The people at the top, the ones who achieve more, who create more, who live life on their terms, they don't waste their mornings. They don't trade the most valuable hours of the day for an extra hour of sleep. While the world is still in bed, they are up, moving, planning, working, and that's why they stay ahead. Most people want success, but they also want comfort. And when the alarm rings in the morning, they choose comfort. They hit snooze, roll over, tell themselves they'll do better tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before they know it, nothing has changed. If you keep waking up late, if you keep wasting your mornings, you're not just losing time, you're losing momentum, opportunity, and control over your own life. Because the truth is, how you start your day is how you live your life. If your mornings are chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your mornings are wasted, but the good news, you can change that. And in this video, I'm going to show you why waking up early isn't just about time. It's about discipline, about focus, about setting yourself up to win before the world even wakes up. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you won't just understand why the most successful people wake up early, you'll be ready to make it your advantage too. Number one, successful people don't need extra sleep, they need extra time. Most people will never know what it feels like to be successful, not because they're not smart enough, not because they don't have potential, but because they waste the most valuable thing they have, time. The truth is, successful people don't need extra sleep, they need extra time. And if you can understand this one thing, it will change your life forever. Look at the people who are winning in life, the ones who have built something for themselves, the ones who are financially free, the ones who are in control of their destiny. They don't sleep in until the last possible minute. They don't waste their mornings in bed, scrolling through their phones, wishing they had more time. They wake up with a purpose. They get out of bed with energy because they know every single day is an opportunity. And the earlier they start, the more they can do. Time is the one thing you will never get back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But time, once it's gone forever. And most people don't realize this until it's too late. They wake up one day, years later, wondering why they're still stuck in the same place, living the same life, struggling with the same problems. And the answer is simple. They never took control of their time. If you wake up late, you start the day playing catch-up. You rush through your morning, you feel stressed, you don't have time to plan, to think, to prepare, and by the time you get to work, you're already behind. But when you wake up early, everything changes. You start the day on your terms. You move with intention. You have time to get ahead before the world even wakes up. And that's a powerful thing. Now, some people will say, but I need 8 hours of sleep. Listen to me. It's not about sleeping less. It's about wasting less time. There are people who sleep 8 hours, but still wake up tired because they spent their nights doing things that drain their energy. They stay up late watching TV, scrolling social media, doing nothing that moves their life forward. Then they wonder why they're exhausted. The problem isn't sleep. The problem is how they use their time. And here's the truth. The most successful people in the world wake up early not because they have to, but because they want to. They understand that the early hours of the morning are the most valuable hours of the day. It's quiet, no distractions, no emails, no phone calls, just time. Time to think, time to work, time to improve. And over the years, those extra hours add up. Imagine two people. One wakes up at 5 a.m., the other wakes up at 8 a.m. That's 3 extra hours every single day. In a week, that's 21 extra hours. In a month, that's over 80 extra hours. In a year, that's nearly 1,000 hours of extra time. That's the difference between success and mediocrity. One person is building their future, the other is sleeping through it. If you're serious about changing your life, you have to start by changing how you use your time. And it starts with your mornings. Wake up 1 hour earlier than you do now, just 1 hour, and use that hour for something that makes you better. Read, exercise, plan your day, work on a skill, do something productive, and do it every single day. Because success is not built in one day, it's built in the small choices you make over and over again. And here's what's going to happen. At first, it's going to be hard. Your body will resist. Your mind will tell you to stay in bed. That's normal. That's how most people live. But you're not most people. You're here because you want to be better. And if you can win the first battle of the day, the battle to get out of bed, you'll start winning in every other area of your life. The people who wake up early don't have more motivation than you. They don't have more energy than you. They just have more discipline. And discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. It's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. So starting tomorrow, when that alarm goes off, don't hit snooze. Don't negotiate with yourself. Don't give in to that voice that says just 5 more minutes. Because 5 minutes turns into 10, 10 turns into 20, and before you know it, you've wasted another morning, another opportunity, another day of your life. Get up, get moving, and take control of your time. Because the ones who control their time control their future, and if you want to be successful, you need to stop looking for extra sleep and start looking for extra time. Number 2, while others sleep, you build your future. Success doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care about how tired you feel. It doesn't care about how late you stayed up last night. It doesn't care about your excuses. It rewards those who are willing to do what others won't. And if you look around, most people are asleep. Not just physically, but mentally. They're asleep to their potential. As you read this, there are millions of people still in bed, comfortable, resting, wasting the most valuable hours of the day. But while others sleep, you build your future, and that decision will separate you from the rest of the world. Most people dream while they sleep. They imagine a better life. They think about success. They hope for change. But dreams don't come true just because you wish for them. They come true because you wake up and make them happen. The ones who understand this don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for permission. They take action. They use the early hours of the morning to work while the rest of the world is still in bed. It's not about waking up early just to be awake. It's about what you do with that time. Because that quiet time in the morning is the most powerful time you have. No distractions, no interruptions, no noise, just you and your goals. You and your future. And what you choose to do in those hours will determine where you end up in life. Think about this. The most successful people in the world, the top 1%, they don't wake up at noon. They don't waste their morning scrolling through their phones. They don't hit snooze over and over again. They get up. They take control of their day. And because of that, they take control of their life. If you keep waiting for life to get easier, you will be waiting forever. If you keep telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow, tomorrow will never come. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work. And the best time to work is when no one else is, because while others sleep, you get ahead. Every morning you have a choice. Stay in bed and stay the same, or get up and change your life. Most people will choose the first option. They will choose comfort. They will choose what feels good in the moment, and because of that, they will never experience what it feels like to win. But you are different. That's why you're here. You want more. You're tired of waiting. You're ready to take action. And that starts with one simple decision: waking up and using your time wisely. This is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's discipline. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. And the ones who wake up early, who work while others sleep, they develop a level of discipline that makes them unstoppable. Look at the most successful entrepreneurs, athletes, leaders. They all have one thing in common. They wake up before the rest of the world. They know that while others are asleep, they can be improving, they can be reading, they can be learning, they can be planning their day with intention, they can be working on their craft. They don't wait until the day is halfway over to start working on their goals. They start before the sun even rises. Imagine this. 2 people, same age, same potential. One of them wakes up early, spends the first few hours of the day focused, disciplined, working toward their future. The other sleeps in, rushes through their morning, starts their day feeling behind. Now multiply that over weeks, months, years. Who do you think will succeed? Who do you think will be ahead? It's not even a question. Every hour you waste is an hour you will never get back. Every morning you spend in bed is a morning you could have used to change your life. And when you look at the people who are successful, the ones who have built something for themselves, you will see one common truth. They didn't wait for success to come to them. They went out and got it. They built it with their own hands. And that started with the simple decision to wake up and get to work. You don't need permission to succeed. You don't need to wait for the right moment. You just need to take action. And that action starts the moment your alarm goes off, that moment when you have a choice to stay comfortable or to get up and move forward. So, tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, don't think, don't hesitate, don't negotiate with yourself. Get up, get to work. And remember, while others sleep, you build your future. Number 3, waking up early eliminates excuses. You finally have time for what matters. Most people say they don't have enough time. They want to get in shape, but they don't have time to work out. They want to start a business, but they don't have time to work on it. They want to read, to learn, to grow, but somehow the day just slips away and they're left wondering where all the hours went. But here's the truth. Time is not the problem. The problem is how you use it. And the easiest way to take control of your time is to wake up early. Because the moment you start waking up early, the excuses disappear. Suddenly you have the time, you have the space, you have the opportunity to finally do what matters. Most people wake up just in time to rush through their morning, get to work, and spend the rest of their day reacting to whatever happens next. They live on autopilot. They move through their days feeling like they have no control. But waking up early changes that. It shifts the power back into your hands. Because when you wake up early before the rest of the world is awake, before the demands of the day start pulling at you, you get to decide how your day begins. You get to start with purpose, with focus, with intention. And when you do that, everything changes. Think about how most people start their day. The alarm goes off and they hit snooze again and again until suddenly they're late. Now they're rushing, throwing on clothes, skipping breakfast, running out the door, feeling behind before the day even begins. And from that moment on, they are in survival mode. They don't have time to think about their goals. They don't have time to plan their future. They are just trying to get through the day. And this happens day after day, week after week, year after year. And they wonder why they're stuck. But the moment you decide to wake up early, everything changes. Now, instead of rushing, you start the day in control. Instead of feeling behind, you feel ahead. You have time to do what's important. Time to work on your body, your mind, your future. You have time to sit in silence, to think, to plan, to set the tone for your day, instead of letting the day control you. And when you do this consistently, something incredible happens. You stop making excuses. You stop saying, you don't have time, because you do. Imagine what your life would look like if you had an extra hour or two every morning just for you, not for work, not for obligations, not for responding to emails or messages, just for you, for the things that matter. You could exercise and take care of your body. You could read, learn, and expand your mind. You could finally start that project you've been thinking about for years. You could build momentum, so by the time the rest of the world is waking up, you've already won the day. It's not that waking up early magically makes life easier. Life will always have challenges. There will always be things that demand your attention. But waking up early gives you the space to take control, to prepare yourself, to build the discipline that eliminates excuses. Because once you realize you have time, there is nothing left to hide behind. If you've been telling yourself you don't have time to work out, but now you have an extra hour in the morning, what's your excuse? If you've been saying you don't have time to read or to work on your goals, but now you do, what's stopping you? That's why most people don't do it. It's not just about waking up early. It's about taking responsibility. It's about looking at yourself in the mirror and admitting that you've been making excuses, that you've been waiting for things to change instead of making them change, that you've been living passively instead of actively creating the life you want. And that's a hard truth to face. But once you face it, you become unstoppable. Most people think motivation is the key to success, but it's not. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll feel inspired, other days you won't. But discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. And waking up early is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to build discipline. Because every morning, when your alarm goes off, you have a choice. A choice to do what's easy or to do what's necessary. A choice to stay comfortable or to move forward. A choice to make excuses or to take action. And the more you choose action, the stronger you become. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have built something great, the ones who have turned their dreams into reality. Do you think they spent their mornings sleeping in, wasting time, making excuses? No. They woke up early, they worked while others slept, they eliminated distractions, they eliminated excuses, and because of that, they created a life that most people only dream of. So, the next time you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time," stop. Remind yourself that time is not the issue. It never was. The issue is what you do with the time you have. And if you really want to change, if you really want to move forward, start with this one habit. Wake up early. Take control of your mornings, and you'll take control of your life, because when you stop making excuses, there is nothing left to do but succeed. Number 4, people who wake up early don't need motivation. Most people think they need motivation to get things done. They wait for the perfect mood, the right energy, that magical moment when they feel inspired. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It's inconsistent. Some days it's there, most days it's not. And if you're depending on it to build your future, you're in trouble. Because while you're waiting to feel motivated, someone else is out there getting things done. While you're debating whether you have the energy, someone else is already making progress. And that's why the people who wake up early don't need motivation, because they have something stronger: discipline. Waking up early is not about feeling like it. It's about deciding to do it no matter what. It's about training yourself to take action, whether you're in the mood or not. And when you do this day after day, something incredible happens. You stop relying on motivation. You stop waiting to feel ready. You just do what needs to be done. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. The ones who succeed don't wait for the perfect conditions. They don't wait for inspiration. They wake up, they get up, and they do the work, whether they feel like it or not. Most people hit snooze because they don't feel like waking up. But successful people understand something important. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to do it. You just need to put your feet on the floor, stand up, and move. And once you start moving, once you start building momentum, motivation will follow. That's what most people don't understand. They think motivation comes first, and then action follows. But it's the other way around. Action comes first, motivation comes second. You don't wait to feel good to start working. You start working, and then you feel good. You don't wait to feel motivated to go to the gym. You go to the gym, and then you feel motivated. And if you live your life waiting for motivation, you'll waste years doing nothing. Waking up early eliminates the need for motivation, because it forces you to develop the one thing that truly creates success: habits. When you wake up early, you take control of your day, you create a routine, you build structure. And when you have structure, you don't need motivation, because everything is already set in place. There's no decision to make. There's no debate. You just follow the plan. And when you do this consistently, success becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to push yourself. It just happens. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they wake up every morning debating whether or not they should get up? Do you think they sit around waiting for motivation to hit them? No. They get up, they go, they execute, because they've trained themselves to do it. It's not a question, it's a habit, it's who they are. And that's why they win. Most people want to be successful, but they don't want to do what's necessary. They want the results, but they don't want the discipline. They want the rewards, but they don't want to make the sacrifices. And that's why most people stay stuck. They let their feelings control them. They let their mood dictate their actions. But success doesn't work like that. Success doesn't care how you feel. Success only cares about what you do. And when you wake up early every single day, no matter what, you prove to yourself that you are in control. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things. And once you develop that kind of discipline, nothing can stop you. When you wake up early, you give yourself an advantage that most people will never have. You get a head start, you build consistency, you train your mind to be stronger than your excuses. And over time, this discipline spills over into every area of your life. Suddenly, you're not just waking up early, you're eating better, you're working harder, you're pushing yourself further. Because now you understand the secret. Success is not about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. One day you're excited, the next day you're tired. One day you're inspired, the next day you're discouraged. But discipline is constant. Discipline does not change. And when you build discipline, you don't have to rely on motivation ever again, because now you've built a system that works. Now you've trained yourself to take action regardless of how you feel. And that's the key to winning. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to feel motivated before they take action. But the truth is, motivation is created by action. It's built through momentum. And the only way to build momentum is to start. So stop waiting, stop debating, stop telling yourself you'll do it when you feel like it. You will never feel like it. Start now. Wake up early, do the work, and success will follow, because once you master discipline, motivation is irrelevant. Number 5, if you can't master your mornings, you'll struggle to master your life. Mastering your mornings is one of the most powerful actions you can take in life. When you wake up early and take charge of your first hours of the day, you set a rhythm for the rest of your life. It might seem like a small thing, but this small habit can have a massive impact on the way you live and the way you approach everything. If you can't master your mornings, you'll struggle to master your life. It's a fact that most people don't think about. How you start your day will determine how the rest of your day goes. And ultimately, your day is the foundation of the rest of your life. Let's break this down. Think about the average morning. Most people wake up feeling groggy, dragging themselves out of bed, hitting the snooze button multiple times, and then rushing through their routine. There's no structure, no purpose, and certainly no plan. It's all a reaction to the world, a scramble to get ready and face whatever the day throws at them. This lack of structure in the morning translates into a lack of control over the rest of the day. When you wake up feeling behind, stressed, or unprepared, it's hard to get anything done. You're already starting your day from a negative place, and that negativity seeps into everything you do. Now think about the most successful people you know, or even the people you admire from a distance. The entrepreneurs, the leaders, the creators, the achievers. Do you think they start their day like that? Do they wake up late and scramble around, barely getting to work on time? No, they figured something out that most people miss. Success is built on discipline, and discipline starts with mastering the morning. These successful individuals understand that the key to taking control of their day, and ultimately their life, begins with taking charge of their mornings. They don't wake up in a rush. They wake up with purpose, with intention, with a plan. They start their day on their terms. If you want to achieve greatness, it's time to stop treating mornings like just another part of the day. Your mornings are the key to unlocking everything you want in life. They are your opportunity to get ahead of the game, to focus on what matters, and to make sure that you are in control from the moment you open your eyes. This isn't about waking up early just to be productive for the sake of being productive. This is about waking up early to take control of your future. Let's be clear, mastering your mornings isn't easy. It takes discipline, focus, and consistency. But this is where the magic happens. If you want to be in control of your life, you have to start with control over your mornings. The decisions you make when you first wake up set the tone for the rest of your day. They determine how you feel, how you think, and what you do. If you wake up late, tired, and disorganized, you're already behind. But when you wake up early, when you plan your morning, when you dedicate those first hours to something meaningful, you're not just starting your day, you're starting your life. Think about the benefits of getting up early. When you wake up early, you have time to focus on yourself before the world starts demanding your attention. You have time to work on your health, your goals, and your personal development. You have time to read, to meditate, to plan your day, or simply to enjoy the silence before the chaos of the day begins. Most importantly, you give yourself the time to focus on what really matters. You don't just wake up and react. You wake up with purpose. You wake up in control. The most successful people in the world understand that the way you start your day determines how you show up for the rest of your life. Waking up early isn't about being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about creating a foundation that sets you up for success. It's about building a routine that prioritizes your goals, your well-being, and your future. And once you build that routine, once you start waking up early and taking control of your mornings, you'll begin to see the impact it has on your life. You'll find that you're more productive, more focused, more disciplined, and more motivated. Your mornings will give you the structure you need to succeed, and over time, this will create momentum, turning small victories into big wins. Here's the thing. If you can't master your mornings, you'll struggle to master your life. Think about it. The morning is when you set the tone for everything else. The way you begin your day is the way you will approach every challenge, every task, and every opportunity that comes your way. If you start your day with chaos, you'll face the rest of your day with chaos. If you start your day with uncertainty, you'll live with uncertainty. But if you start your day with uncertainty, you'll live with uncertainty. But if you start your day with control, with discipline, with purpose, you will take that energy into everything else you do. It's easy to let the world dictate how your day goes. It's easy to fall into the trap of waking up late, rushing around, and then spending the rest of the day reacting to what comes your way. But true success comes when you take control. When you wake up early, when you take the first hours of the day to focus on what matters, you are taking control of your life. You are building the discipline to make things happen, not just waiting for things to happen. And that's what makes the difference. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of daily decisions, of daily habits, of daily actions. And one of the most important habits you can build is mastering your mornings. When you wake up early, when you make the conscious decision to start your day with purpose, you are setting yourself up for success. You are taking ownership of your life. You are putting yourself in the best possible position to succeed. If you're serious about changing your life, about achieving your goals, about building something meaningful, you must start with your mornings. It's not enough to just wish for success or hope for a better future. You have to show up every day, and the first step is waking up early and taking control of your day. This simple change can have a profound effect on your life. You'll find that as you master your mornings, you will begin to master everything else. So take a look at your mornings. Are they setting you up for success, or are they setting you up for struggle? If you want to change your life, start with your mornings. Get up early, take control, focus on what matters, and watch how everything else in your life begins to fall into place. Number 6, a chaotic morning leads to a chaotic life. Fix your mornings, fix your life. Let's face it, how you start your morning is everything. Your morning sets the tone for the rest of your day and ultimately your life. You see, if you wake up feeling rushed, overwhelmed, or disorganized, it's not just your morning that's chaotic, it's your entire day. And if you start your day in chaos, it becomes harder and harder to break that pattern. Over time, that chaos spills into your life, creating unnecessary stress, confusion, and missed opportunities. But here's the good news. If you can fix your mornings, you can fix your life. It's true. Successful people don't leave their mornings to chance. They've figured out that the way they start their day is one of the most important factors in how successful they become. And it all starts with one simple truth. A chaotic morning leads to a chaotic life. Think about it for a moment. How many of you wake up in the morning, immediately feel behind, and start rushing through your morning just to keep up? You hit the snooze button too many times. You scramble to find your keys, your phone, and maybe you even forget to eat breakfast. By the time you step out of the door, you already feel like you're playing catch-up. It's no wonder that by the end of the day, you feel drained and frustrated. That chaos doesn't just stop when you leave the house. It follows you. It shows up in your work, your relationships, and your overall mindset. But what if you could start your day differently? What if you could wake up with a sense of clarity, purpose, and calmness? It's possible, and it all begins with taking control of your morning routine. When you wake up early with intention and give yourself time to get organized, everything else falls into place. You're not rushing through life anymore. You're moving with purpose. And that's a powerful shift. Now let's break this down. A chaotic morning often happens because we leave everything to the last minute. We let the clock control us instead of taking control of our time. How many times have you had to run out the door feeling stressed, knowing that you didn't have enough time to prepare, plan, or even think? The problem isn't that you didn't have enough time, it's that you didn't make enough time. Your morning routine should be something that sets you up for success, not something that adds to your stress. The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours can make all the difference. Successful people know that their morning routine is a non-negotiable part of their day. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. And when you take control of your mornings, you're taking control of your life. You're giving yourself the space to plan, to focus, and to start your day with intention. But let's be clear, this isn't about waking up earlier just for the sake of it. It's about waking up earlier so that you can create a sense of order and purpose in your day. It's about taking that extra time to do something meaningful, whether that's exercising, reading, planning your goals, or simply sitting in silence to reflect. It's about giving yourself a chance to align your mind and body before the world starts demanding things from you. If you're waking up late, rushing around and barely making it through the door, you're not giving yourself the chance to get centered. And without that center, it's easy for your day to spiral out of control. You might feel distracted, overwhelmed, and like you're just trying to keep up instead of moving forward. But when you wake up with intention and give yourself that space, you'll be amazed at how much more productive and focused you feel throughout the day. This doesn't mean that every morning has to be perfect. You don't have to jump out of bed and immediately run a marathon or meditate for an hour. It's about making small changes that will have a big impact on your day. Maybe it's just 15 minutes of quiet time before you check your phone, or getting up 30 minutes earlier to plan your goals for the day. It's these little steps that create a sense of order and control, and they set the tone for the rest of your day. When you fix your mornings, you fix your mindset. And when you fix your mindset, you fix your life. It's all connected. Your mental state affects your actions, and your actions determine the quality of your day, your relationships, and your work. A chaotic morning doesn't just affect your mood, it affects everything that comes after it. But when you take control of your mornings, you start your day with clarity and focus, that's how you set yourself up for success. The key here is consistency. This isn't something you do for a week and then forget about. This is about making your morning routine a habit that you rely on every single day. The more consistent you are with it, the more natural it becomes. And the more natural it becomes, the more it will transform your life. When you start waking up early, when you give yourself time to breathe and think, you'll find that you're more confident, more focused, and more energized. But let's get real for a second. I know that making this change isn't always easy. We've all been there. You're tired, the bed feels too comfortable, and the thought of getting up earlier might sound like the last thing you want to do. But here's the thing. Success isn't about doing what's easy. It's about doing what's necessary. And if you want to achieve the kind of success you're capable of, you need to put in the work. And that starts with making a conscious decision to fix your mornings. Don't let the chaos of your mornings bleed into the rest of your day. Don't let it dictate how you feel, how you act, and how you approach life. Take control of your mornings, and you'll take control of your life. Make your mornings a time of focus, clarity, and intention, and watch how it transforms the way you live. It's not about having perfect mornings. It's about making small, consistent changes that lead to big results. Fix your mornings and you'll fix your life. It's that simple. Number 7, your goals don't care about your feelings. Wake up and get to work. There's one thing that no one tells you about success. Your goals don't care about your feelings. They don't care if you're tired, if you don't feel like it, or if you're having a bad day. Your goals are waiting for you to show up and do the work, no matter how you feel. If you let your feelings control your actions, you're never going to reach the heights that you're capable of. The truth is, success doesn't wait for you to feel inspired. It waits for you to take action. You're going to have days when you don't feel like doing anything. You'll feel exhausted, frustrated, or maybe even a little lost. But the reality is, success doesn't care about any of that. Success doesn't care if you're tired. Doesn't care if you'd rather stay in bed. Your goals are still out there, waiting for you to show up and make progress. The sooner you realize that your feelings don't control your success, the sooner you'll start seeing real results. The key to reaching your goals is learning how to push through the days when you don't feel like it. When you're not in the mood, when your energy is low, that's when you need to show up the most. You can't wait for motivation to strike. You can't wait until you feel ready. If you do that, you'll be waiting forever. The work has to come first. Your goals are not negotiable, and neither is the effort required to achieve them. If you want to get where you're going, you have to be willing to do the work every day, no matter what. Think about it. Every successful person has days when they don't feel like working. Every entrepreneur, athlete, and high achiever has struggled with their motivation at some point, but they don't let their feelings dictate their actions. They've learned to push through the resistance. They understand that the work they do today, even when they don't feel like it, is what sets them up for tomorrow. Let's break it down. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is check your phone. You scroll through social media and before you know it, an hour has passed. You feel like you don't have the energy to get started. Maybe your bed feels too comfortable, or you're just not in the mood to tackle the day. That's when the excuses start to kick in. I'll start tomorrow, I'll work harder tomorrow. But here's the thing, tomorrow never comes. The truth is, you're not going to feel 100% every single day. And if you wait until you feel like working, you're going to miss out on so much. The best time to start is right now, even if you don't feel like it. Think about your goals for a moment. Why did you set them in the first place? What are you working toward? Whether it's building a business, getting fit, learning a new skill, or achieving financial freedom, these goals are your future. And the only way you're going to reach them is by putting in the work. Whether you feel like it or not, your goals don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for you to be in the perfect mood. They're waiting for you to take consistent action even on the days when it feels tough. When you wake up and push through the resistance, you're building momentum. The days when you feel like quitting are the days that matter the most. They're the days when you prove to yourself that you're committed to your success. You're not letting your feelings decide your fate. You're taking control of your actions. And when you do that, you'll start to see the progress you've been working for. The real work isn't in the easy days. The real work is on the days when you don't feel like it. That's when the magic happens. That's when you separate yourself from everyone else. Most people give up when things get hard, but the ones who push through, who keep showing up, are the ones who succeed. You can't let your emotions run the show. Your emotions are temporary, but your goals are permanent. They are the driving force behind everything you do, and you need to treat them with the respect they deserve. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, resting, or giving yourself time to recharge. But there's a difference between taking a necessary break and letting yourself off the hook when you know you should be working. If you're consistently letting your feelings dictate when you work, you're going to fall behind. You're going to feel frustrated because you're not making the progress you know you're capable of. But if you make the decision every day to show up, no matter how you feel, that's when you'll see the results you've been dreaming of. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and things that try to pull you off track. But none of that matters if you've already decided that your goals are more important than your feelings. Success isn't a feeling. It's a decision. It's a choice that you make every day, regardless of how you feel. When you make that choice, you start to build the discipline and consistency needed to reach your goals. And over time, that consistency turns into momentum. So if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to succeed at a high level, you need to stop letting your feelings control you. You need to show up every day and get to work whether you feel like it or not. That's the secret to success. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about making the decision to work, even when it's hard. In the end, your goals don't care about how you feel. They care about what you do. They care about the action you take, the effort you put in, and the consistency you maintain. So wake up, get to work, and don't let your feelings hold you back. Your future is waiting for you, and it's up to you to make it happen. Number 8. An extra hour in the morning is worth more than an extra hour at night. There's a secret that successful people understand, one that most people overlook. It's not about working harder. It's not about grinding for endless hours. It's about when you do the work, then the truth is an extra hour in the morning is worth far more than an extra hour at night. It's not just about time. It's about energy, focus, and momentum. Think about how most people operate. They stay up late, scrolling through their phones, watching TV, wasting time on things that don't add value to their lives. And when morning comes, they hit snooze again and again. They wake up feeling exhausted, rushing to get ready, already behind before the day even starts. That's how the average person lives. But success isn't found in the habits of the average. If you want to win, if you want to be ahead of the game, you have to take control of your mornings. That 1 extra hour in the morning before the world wakes up is when your mind is at its sharpest. It's when distractions are at their lowest. It's when your brain is fresh, before the chaos of the day pulls you in 100 different directions. That time is golden. That time is when you make real progress. Most people think they're too busy to work on their goals. They say they don't have time. But the truth is, it's not about having time, it's about making time. And the easiest way to make time is to claim the early hours of the morning for yourself. Because once the day starts, you don't own your time anymore. Your job, your responsibilities, your obligations, they all start taking over. But in the morning, before the emails, before the meetings, before the notifications start flooding in, that time is yours. That's when you can work on yourself. That's when you can make moves toward your goals. You ever notice how at night, after a long day, you tell yourself you'll stay up and get something done? Maybe study, maybe work on a side project, maybe read a book. But when that time comes, you're drained. Your mind is scattered. You end up on your phone, scrolling, watching videos, or just lying in bed thinking about how tired you are. That extra hour at night feels worthless. But an extra hour in the morning? That's when you're recharged. That's when your mind is clear. That's when you have the power to set the tone for your entire day. If you've ever woken up late and felt like you were already behind, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling of rushing through your morning, scrambling to get things done, already stressed before the day has even begun. Compare that to a morning where you wake up early, in control, with time to focus on yourself before the rest of the world even gets started. That's a completely different energy. And that energy carries into everything you do. The way you start your day determines how the rest of your day unfolds. If you start late, if you start scattered, you're going to spend the rest of the day playing catch up. But if you start strong, with intention, with discipline, you create momentum. And momentum is everything. You might be thinking, but I'm not a morning person. Let me tell you something. That's just a story you've been telling yourself. Nobody is born a morning person. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be built. The key is to shift your mindset. Stop thinking about waking up early as something painful. Start thinking about it as an opportunity to be ahead, an opportunity to get an advantage, because that's exactly what it is. If you wake up an hour earlier every day, that's 7 extra hours a week. That's 30 extra hours a month. That's 365 extra hours a year. Imagine what you could do with that time. Imagine the progress you could make. Imagine how much further ahead you'd be. And all it takes is a decision to take control of your mornings instead of letting your nights control you. The world is quiet in the morning. No distractions, no interruptions, just you and your goals. That's the time to read, to learn, to plan, to build, to create. That's the time to get your mind right, to get your body moving, to set yourself up for success. And when you do that, when you start your day on purpose, you'll notice something powerful. You'll feel unstoppable. There's a reason why the most successful people in the world protect their mornings. Because they understand the power of starting strong. They don't wait until the end of the day to work on their dreams. They don't wait until they're exhausted and drained. They do it first. Because what comes first gets done. So starting today, make the shift. Give yourself that extra hour in the morning. Stop wasting the most valuable hours of your day. Stop telling yourself you'll do it later, knowing deep down that later never comes. Own your mornings, and you'll start owning your life. Number 9, if you keep waking up late, you're choosing comfort over success. There's something you need to understand if you ever want to change your life. Every time you hit snooze, every time you roll over and go back to sleep, every time you wake up late and start your day behind, you're making a choice. And that choice is comfort over success. You might not see it that way, but that's exactly what's happening. Because success doesn't come from doing what feels good in the moment. It comes from doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Think about it. The alarm rings and you have 2 options. You can get up, take control of your day and move toward your goals, or you can stay in bed, choosing short-term comfort over long-term success. And the more you choose comfort, the more you train yourself to take the easy way out. That habit doesn't just stop in the morning. It spills into everything else you do. If you avoid discomfort when it's time to wake up, you'll avoid discomfort when it's time to work hard, when it's time to stay disciplined, when it's time to push yourself. It all starts with that first decision of the day. Waking up late is more than just a bad habit. It's a mindset. It's telling yourself that you have time to waste. It's telling yourself that you can put things off. It's telling yourself that your goals aren't urgent. And that's a dangerous way to think. Because success isn't about what you do when you feel motivated. It's about what you do consistently, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Look at the most successful people in the world. You think they're sleeping in? You think they're waiting until they feel ready to start their day? No. They're up early. They're ahead before the rest of the world even wakes up, because they understand that winning starts in the morning. And if you don't control your mornings will control you. Every time you wake up late, you start your day in reaction mode instead of being proactive, instead of working on your goals, instead of setting the tone for the day. You're playing catch up, rushing through your morning, scrambling to get ready, already feeling behind before the day has even begun. That's not how successful people operate. That's how the average person operates. And if you want to stay average, keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to be great, if you want to build something, if you want to create a life that most people only dream about, then you have to be willing to do what most people won't. And that starts with getting up when you say you're going to get up. The problem is, too many people make waking up late seem harmless. They tell themselves, it's just an extra 10 minutes. Or, I'll start my day a little later, no big deal. But it is a big deal. Because those small choices add up. Those extra 10 minutes turn into an extra hour. That extra hour turns into a wasted morning, and before you know it, you've lost weeks, months, even years of your life. Just because you couldn't get out of bed when you said you would. Your future self is watching every decision you make. And if you keep choosing comfort over discipline, your future self is going to pay the price. The person you want to become, the life you want to live, the success you want to achieve, it all depends on what you do today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. And today starts the moment you wake up. Some people say, but I'm not a morning person. That's just an excuse. Nobody is born a morning person. It's something you train yourself to be. And it's not about being a morning person, it's about being a success-driven person. It's about wanting your goals bad enough that you're willing to do whatever it takes, even if that means getting up early, even if that means being uncomfortable, even if that means sacrificing sleep in the short term so you can build something great in the long term. The truth is, most people don't wake up late because they're physically tired. They wake up late because they don't have a strong enough reason to get up. They don't have a purpose. They don't have something pulling them out of bed with excitement and drive. If you don't have a reason to get up early, if you don't have a goal that excites you, then of course your bed is going to win the battle every morning. That's why you have to get clear on what you want. You have to set goals that light a fire inside you, goals that make you want to jump out of bed and get to work. And here's something to remember. If you're tired in the morning, it's probably not because you didn't get enough sleep. It's because your life isn't exciting enough. It's because you don't have something that makes you want to get up. Because when you're truly passionate about something, when you have something to work toward, you don't need an alarm clock. You wake up naturally, ready to go. So if you're struggling to wake up early, don't just focus on the habit. Focus on your reason. Focus on your purpose. Find something worth getting up for. And once you do, waking up early won't feel like a chore. It'll feel like an opportunity to work on your dreams, an opportunity to move forward, an opportunity to separate yourself from the rest of the world. Every time you wake up late, every time you choose comfort over discipline, you're sending a message to yourself. You're telling yourself that sleep is more important than success, that staying comfortable is more important than reaching your goals. But if you flip that, if you start waking up early, if you start taking control of your mornings, if you start showing yourself that you're willing to do what it takes, then you'll start to see a shift. not just in your mornings, but in every area of your life. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you can't even win the battle against your alarm clock, how do you expect to win in business, in fitness, in life? It starts with the small battles. It starts with discipline. It starts with waking up early and proving to yourself that you're in control. Nobody is going to wake up early for you. Nobody is going to chase your dreams for you. Nobody is going to do the hard work for you. It's all on you. And that's a good thing, because that means you have the power to change it. You have the power to take control. You have the power to build the life you want. So starting tomorrow, don't hit snooze. Don't roll over. Don't choose comfort. Choose success. Choose discipline. Choose to be the kind of person who wakes up early, takes control, and goes after what they want. Because the moment you do that, everything else in your life will start to change. Number 10, success is built on small choices, and waking up early is one of them. Success isn't something that happens overnight. It's not one big decision, one lucky break, or one life-changing moment. Success is built on small choices, tiny decisions that seem insignificant in the moment, but add up over time. And one of the most powerful choices you can make, the one that can completely transform your life, is the decision to wake up early. Because waking up early isn't just about getting a head start on your day. It's about discipline. It's about commitment. It's about proving to yourself every single morning that you are in control of your life. Most people don't see it that way. They think waking up early is just a habit, just another routine. But that's why most people never achieve real success. Because they don't realize that every choice they make is shaping their future. When you wake up late, when you hit snooze, when you stay in bed even though you know you should get up, you're training yourself to take the easy way out. You're telling yourself that comfort is more important than progress. And that mindset doesn't just stay in the morning. It carries over into everything you do. If you can't win the battle against your alarm clock, how do you expect to win in business, in fitness, in life? The most successful people in the world don't wake up early because they have to. They wake up early because they know it gives them an advantage. While everyone else is sleeping, they're working. While the world is still quiet, they're focused. They're not rushing through their morning. They're not scrambling to get ready. They're not starting their day behind. They wake up with purpose, with intention, with the mindset that they are in control. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. It's easy to make excuses, to say you're not a morning person, to tell yourself you'll start waking up early next week or next month or when you're ready. But let me tell you something, there is no perfect time to start. There is no magical day when you'll suddenly feel motivated to change your habits. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll be waiting forever. Success doesn't wait for motivation. Success comes from doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Waking up early isn't about sleep, it's about priorities. It's about choosing to invest in yourself when no one else is watching. When you wake up before the world, before the distractions, before the noise, you create space for yourself. Space to think, space to plan, space to work on the things that truly matter. And that kind of discipline builds momentum. That momentum turns into progress, and that progress turns into results. The problem is most people don't see the results right away. They wake up early for a few days, maybe even a week, but they don't see an immediate change. So they give up, they go back to their old habits, and that's why they stay stuck. Because success isn't about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do consistently. It's about the small choices you make every single day. And waking up early is one of those choices. Think about it, every day you have a decision to make. You can wake up early, take control of your day, and move one step closer to your goals. Or you can sleep in, put things off, and stay exactly where you are. It's that simple. And the more you choose discipline over comfort, the more you train yourself to succeed. Because the truth is, if you can master your mornings, you can master your life. But let's be real, it's not easy. At first, waking up early is going to feel like a struggle. Your body is going to fight it. Your mind is going to tell you to go back to sleep. You're going to have mornings where you don't want to do it, but that's exactly why you have to push through. Because success isn't about doing what's easy, it's about doing what's necessary. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you push yourself, the stronger you become. And here's something most people don't realize. When you wake up early, you don't just get more time, you get better time. The early hours of the morning are when your mind is the sharpest, when your focus is the strongest, when your willpower is at its peak. If you use that time wisely, if you invest those early hours into something meaningful, you will accomplish more in one morning than most people do in an entire day. But it all starts with a decision, a choice, a commitment to yourself that you are done making excuses, that you are done hitting snooze, that you are done letting comfort hold you back. Because once you start making those small choices, the ones that seem so simple, so insignificant, you will start to see a shift. You will start to build discipline. You will start to build momentum. And before you know it, you will start to build the life you've always wanted. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow. Stop making excuses. Wake up early, take control, and start making the small choices that lead to big success. Because at the end of the day, your future is being built by the choices you make right now. And if you want a better future, you have to start making better choices. Starting with the moment your alarm goes off in the morning, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Every single day, you have a choice. You can wake up late, rush through your day and stay stuck where you are, or you can wake up early, take control, and start building the life you truly want. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to push you out of bed and force you to chase your dreams. It has to come from you. Think about it. Every morning you sleep in, you're making a decision to stay the same, a decision to delay your progress, a decision to put comfort before success. And every morning you wake up early, you're making the opposite decision. You're choosing to move forward. You're choosing discipline over laziness. You're proving to yourself that your dreams matter more than your excuses. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about never feeling tired or never wanting to sleep in. It's about showing up anyway. It's about proving to yourself that no matter how you feel, you have the power to take action. Because in the end, your goals don't care about your feelings. Your future doesn't care if you're tired. Success doesn't wait for you to be in the mood. You either get up and go after it, or you watch someone else do it. So what's it going to be? Another day wasted, another excuse? Or are you going to take back control, wake up early and start making real progress? The choice is yours, and if you choose right, if you start tomorrow with purpose, if you refuse to let another morning slip away, you'll be amazed at how fast your life starts to change.